I have so many clothing items that I want to fix up, but when am I going to do that? Am I actually going to do that? But I really love this dress. It's so beautiful. I found it at a vintage booth at the Vintage Makers Festival that I sold at. It does have a rip right here that I didn't notice before, but I think that should be easily fixable. This is another fixer-upper. I knew it was too big when I bought it, but I was like, you know what, maybe I can fix it. I think it's vintage, not exactly sure, but it was sold to me as vintage. It would be so cute to be the perfect skirt for winter or fall. It's like suede. It's probably faux suede. Oh yes, this is a new dress. The only thing that kind of concerns me is this little opening right here. I could sew it to make it closer together. Also, these slits are very high up, so I may have to sew them a little further down. A corduroy vest. It also is kind of big. This is another thing that I want to alter because it is slightly too big. But I think that this should be easy because all I have to do is cut a little hole and shorten the elastic. Actually, I might try to do that right now. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can do that now. It's called following the ADHD, like breadcrumb, rabbit hole, whatever you call it. Here are my fabric scissors. And I could get a seam ripper, but actually, yeah, that'd probably be good. Where's my seam ripper? I cannot find. Oh, here it is. Actually, a good tip is if you shop at Hobby Lobby and you have a bunch of craft supplies that you have not used and you don't think you'll ever use, you don't need a receipt to return it. So this is the back with the elastic, and so I'm gonna seam rip that. This is kind of scary, actually. I have only altered one thing before and it went okay. If you look too close, you can obviously see that it the changes I made and the stitches and everything. Okay, so now let's find, okay, I found, nice. Let's put it on and see how tight I want it. This would probably be good to do in front of a mirror, but okay, so I think I want it to be to here. Wait, whoops, I should not have let go of that. Come back, come back. I should have put a safety pin on it. A tip for if you are putting an elastic yourself is to put a safety pin on one edge, and that way it's easier to feed through. But I forgot about that, so I did not do that. So I don't know how this is gonna work. Another reason why I haven't been wanting to sew anything is because the needle broke in my sewing machine and I have not fixed it since. So let's see if I can replace it. I don't remember which size I need in my phone. It's in another room right now, so these are the replacement needles. It just says universal, so are these multiple sizes? It looks like it. So I'm just gonna use this one and hope that it is fine. I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell, but it sits a little bit higher. I'm hoping it doesn't come unraveled because it got stuck. I'm hoping it's fine. It looks bad from the outside and good from the inside, which is annoying. And you can see the parts where it got stuck. But I'm just gonna leave it. Now that I got that out of the way, let's move on. Okay, so we have one down, 4 to go. I am scared because I don't want to mess anything up. Okay, this skirt, I'm scared. I need to make it smaller. So I think what I'll do is just sew the sides. Hopefully it's not too thick. It's a lace front. If I go up in size ever, I can just loosen this. That's my goal. Let me change. I don't know if you can tell. This is way too big. You can see my shorts. I would like it to go about the height of my shorts. Maybe a little higher. So this is what we're working with. I'm gonna try it on inside out and then pin where I want it to be. Okay, my camera is dying, so I am on my phone now, which actually seems to be better. But there's pockets here, and I don't want to mess with the pockets So I have folded from the back instead of folding with a seam in the middle. The seam is right here. Hopefully it works. I don't know how far down I need to go. I don't want it to be too tight, but I think it should be fine. I might see if I can just sew until the end of the pocket here. We'll see, I don't know. Update, I'm seam ripping this lining top part. It'll make it thinner and it'll make it hopefully look better in the end. I'm working on that. I'll let you know when I'm done. Oh, I just realized this is with brown thread, so you're definitely gonna see the white. Oh man, I did not think that through. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Definitely should not have done that. I don't know what to do anymore. Let's just keep going. This part isn't gonna be showing anyway. Like this part will probably be cut off. I just realized that I could put an elastic in it, but I think it's kind of late for that, and we're just committed at this point. So let's see. This will give us a chance to see what they did on the original skirt. I am gonna sew this all the way up here, and then this part that's supposed to fold over, I will deal with that when it comes time. I'm just gonna leave that open like this, and we're not gonna sew that part yet. And you know what, there's actually like a little dart right here. So we're kind of just making a big dart. Yeah, let's see how this goes. I'm a little nervous. Okay, I don't know what just filmed, but I'm realizing a dart might not have been a good idea, because now there's two seams on the inside, and I don't know if that's gonna make it look weird or not. But I also can't find my seam ripper. I keep losing it. So I don't even know at this point anymore. I can't really finish this without the seam ripper. So that's what's going on now, and I'm pretty sure I did this uneven also, because look at this. This is higher. So I need my seam ripper, or else I'm just gonna use my scissors, and I don't want to do that. Where is it? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just realized that this lace up detail is fake. It laces up, but it doesn't tighten anything. So my plan is not going so great now. I really don't know what to do with this. If it weren't for the pockets, it would be a lot easier, but I don't want to sew over the pockets. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. So I did the darts. It looks good from the front. It fits, but when you turn to the back, it's this. And I don't know how to fix that. I don't know what to do about that. I have a plan so I don't have to buy more thread. So where this dart is, I cut a line straight up, so that when I go to fold it down, I fold this part, and then I fold this part, and then what I will probably do is sew it, and I can just separate it and sew it down. If I'm really feeling like it's not gonna hold up, I might get some more thread to actually sew it down, but I think it'll work like that. And that's it from the outside. It's not very straight. There's a little bump, but it's okay. I think it'll work. So here's what the inside looks like after I sewed down the little foldy thing. This side looks better than this side. This side I had to hand stitch because I sewed the dart to this little band, and so I couldn't flip it up and sew it on the machine, so I had to do it by hand, which is okay. Where did my needle go? Keep losing stuff. This is why sewing is not a great hobby for me, because there's gonna be needles, all pins and needles literally everywhere. Now I'm just like cleaning up the ends, but I got 2 things done today, so that's really good. The main things I wanted to get done, I got done. And then after I go check on my dog, because I have no idea where she is, I will work on my slits on my other dress. She was just sleeping the whole time. I thought you were getting into trouble. I have to try on this dress. Excuse the bra that I'm wearing. I forgot to film this, but I just fixed this skirt. The slit was like all the way up here. I might even make it a little lower, maybe to like right above the knee. I'm thinking about making this, like closing it up a little bit to here, and it'll be more straight across. Like here it's droopy. I think I'm just gonna pin it here. Now, well, it's kind of hard to do it because it needs to be inside out. I'm also a little concerned that it's gonna make this look weird. I know it's not even, but I'll fix it up. Also, the phrase "put a pin in it" makes so much more sense now. Like, put a pin in the conversation, like save your place? Is that what it means? I don't know if that's exactly what it is, but who else never really understood that? So this seems okay, maybe? Maybe I should just go ahead and sew it all the way. I might just go ahead and do that. But to do that, I will need another pin. And I'm going to sew this as close to the edge as I can. I have heard that for stretchy fabric to use the zigzag stitch, but I'm not sure, and I forgot about that, so the slits are not the zigzag stitch, but I don't think it matters really that much for this. I think I have to sew this part together first and then sew the top to the bottom. Let's see. I think I should have done it closer. That looks kind of weird right now. I think I'm gonna redo it. Where's my seam ripper? Okay, and I gotta be careful because this whole thing is like knitted. Probably not hand knitted. I'm really hoping I didn't cut the dress on accident. Okay, I think that's correct. I feel like I'm doing surgery. I used to want to be a veterinary surgeon, but my hands are very shaky, and when I see abnormalities, which is what surgery is for, it kind of grosses me out. So, not for me, and I think I'd get burnt out very fast. And I'm pretty sure I did cut some of the dress. I don't think it's enough to mess it up, and it's the inside, so I gotta figure this out again. I decided not to sew it all the way up because I think that's just gonna be too complicated that I don't want to deal with right now. I just realized you cannot see anything that I am doing right now. Okay, and now we sew it, but this doesn't look right. This doesn't look even, but it's the same measurement. Whatever, we're just gonna stick with it. Does anyone know what is happening? I know the seam allowance is very small, but I push down, nothing happens. So I have to take this out, and then I don't even know what is, like, why is this all bunched up down there? I feel a lot more comfortable with this. I do think I'm going to make the straps a little bit shorter, and then I think I'll be done with this dress. I forgot to see how much I want to change the straps. Let's try it on again. I'm going to take about 2 inches off of the straps. It looks like these are just like raw edges. Right here, there's like unraveling happening. I'm not really sure what to do about that. I think if I just sew down the straps, it should be fine. I'm not sure if I should seam rip where the straps are here, if I can find my seam ripper. As always, I'm losing it. It's probably on the floor somewhere. You know, I'm always losing things. My seam ripper, my pencil, my crochet hooks. I need to also be careful because there's a lot of pins on the floor. And yes, I have the magnetized one, so I should just be putting them in after I'm done, but I am not thinking to do that for some reason. I found my seam ripper while I was on the floor, so that's good. Let's go to the back. Yeah, let's do the back just to be safe in case I mess up, and then it's less noticeable. And my hair is long. It looks like they have 2 rows here and here. And no, this is not my newest hyperfixation. There will probably not be any more sewing videos anytime soon because I'm not bringing my sewing machine with me to New Zealand. I will be giving it back to my mom who gave it to me. I don't know really what I'll be doing in New Zealand. I will be bringing my crochet hooks. I do have 2 crochet projects to do. I will be making a, I can't actually say because I don't know when I'm posting this, and it's for someone's birthday. I'm gonna pause this and come back when I'm ready to sew. It always feels bad cutting anything that is crocheted or knitted, but I think I'm only gonna cut off 1 inch to be safe. Still seems like a lot. Here we go, close up. These are pretty sharp, better than my scissors. Oh no. I have to make sure I remember where this was sewn on. I still see the little scraps of yarn, so that is good. That's there. So I will make sure that's not twisted. When I was younger, I was like 4 or 5. I had a baby carrier. The handle was twisted and it would bother me so much. I don't know how I remember that. I remember random things from my childhood all the time. I have a good long-term memory, but my working memory is not that great for some reason. But I wonder, how do my memories get to long-term if I have such terrible working memory? I studied psychology. 1 class. I studied 1 psychology class, and I considered going into the field of psychology, turning into my major, but I have too many interests, so I did not. Why does this keep happening? It is not even sewn on there. I don't even know how many inches this is now. Okay, now we're gonna have to rethread the sewing machine. Don't know why it keeps doing this. Could be that it's old, I don't know, but every time I've used a sewing machine, it unthreads all the time. Every time I sew, I have to look up a video on how to thread my sewing machine because I forget. I have gotten very good at threading a needle by hand, so that's nice. Okay. Okay, that's a good sign. The pin just fell somewhere. Here it is. Now I gotta make sure that these were the same length. So the amount that I took off, I'm gonna measure it right here. My sewing machine is stuck. I tried moving this, nothing happened. I tried cutting this, made it worse somehow. I ended up just taking the needle out because the needle was stuck in the dress. What in the world is happening right now? So I guess the bottom got jammed this time, but at least this is kind of sewn in place a little bit, so I don't have to lose my spot. Now let's unjam this bottom part. I don't see the... Of course the whole thing just falls out. I don't see the problem. So put that back. Rethread this stubborn thing. This thing is still not... Why is it stuck? I don't know. I think this might be breaking. Okay, let me put the needle back in. It's like jammed somehow and I don't know how. Thread the needle. Okay, that's through. This should work now. It should. So now, try this again. Okay, here we go. There's that. Now let's do the second row for each one. Please work. Lord, let this work, please. Here we go again. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. That was so much more smooth. We don't want this toxicity in our lives, so we cut it off. I'm being weird right now. We got new straps. Let's try it on. Okay, I think this is a lot better. But what I was thinking is these straps need to be further to the side. But I don't want to deal with that right now, and it seems like it's fitting pretty well. And I'm proud of myself for doing this. Next, I need to fix this dress. This should be the easiest of them all. It just has a tiny rip right here. And I think I can just fold it and sew along the seam. I finished this dress. It took me probably less than a minute. Now I want to fix this vest. It is too big on me, and I'd like to take it in maybe like 2 inches on each side. You can probably see better from this angle. Some people might like it oversized like this, but I think it's too oversized, and I just need to just a little bit bring it in. And I was thinking about cropping it a tad, but then I would be messing with the pockets, and I want to leave the pockets. So we'll just try to do however much this is. I think it's like 2 or 3 inches. But yeah, I've turned it inside out so I can pin it. I am a little worried that this is gonna be too thick, but we will see, we will see. And then same on the other side. Now, make sure to measure it. I'm just doing this to keep my spot. I also need to account for that this part of me is bigger than this part of me. So I should probably pin this side, the armpit area, separately. That seems good like that. This part is very thick, so that's what I'm a little concerned about. Now we take it off and we sew it. Okay, let's see. I don't even think this fabric is gonna fit under here, and I don't know how to raise this up. Yeah, this is not fitting. The armpit part won't fit, but the side part will. I don't even know what to do about that. Maybe hand stitch the armpits? You can't see anything. Okay, that was better than I thought. I also don't really know what to do considering there are flaps right here. I'll try this on first and then figure it out, I guess. I don't think this is a big deal about these little slit things, but this definitely needs to be taken in. But I think it's better. I'll have to look in an actual mirror to make sure, but it seems fine. Get it? Seems. That pun was not intended at first, I promise. I think if we take that in, it'll be perfect, but I still gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that since it's too thick to go under my sewing machine. Okay, I'm redoing this side because there is a little pleat, an accidental pleat. So let's fix that. I also might do what I did with the skirt and seam rip this part so that I can sew all the way up and then fold it down. With my skirt, it fit through the sewing machine, but for this one, I'll probably just have to hand sew it. Here we go again. I don't even know how to film while I'm doing this. Okay, make sure that it's flat. I think it's fine now. Let's make sure. Yes. So much better. Now, sorry I was not on camera. I gotta figure out this armpit situation. And these seams are down good on here. That does not sound right. So I gotta figure out how to take them out. I can't even see it, really. Oh my goodness. This thing was made well, and I am not the brand. Literally made well, and I feel bad ruining it, but I want to wear it, so I'm trying to make it fit me. Also, my skirt that I thought looked weird in the back with the darts, my husband said it was fine, and like he says, if he can't see it, it doesn't matter. But that gives me anxiety. I need to make sure the parts of me that I can't see that people can see are looking decent, because I can't like fix it if it's not. That seems like a deep thing. Why is this not working? I have that like Irish kids song stuck in my head. I think it's called The Spark, and like every other reel on YouTube has it, and it's stuck in my head. It's very catchy. I saw the music video and I was like, oh my gosh, this is overstimulating. It's not ripping how I need it to. I got impatient and just went for it, and that was the bad decision, because now there's a hole right here. But it's on the inside, so it's fine, right? Okay, what we're gonna do is, actually cutting it might be my only option. So I'm gonna cut that part with my seam ripper, of course. Where are my like little scissor things? Now I'm going to, now that it's cut, it's coming apart super easily. Now that this is out, I'm going to close it up. I turned the thing the wrong way, but hopefully it doesn't make it jammed. I'm gonna cut this. This would probably be way better, but where's my little board? I have no idea where that board is. Not using that then. I think it might be in my closet, but I don't feel like looking for it right now. How did I do this before? I'm doing a very bad job at cutting this. Now I can cut along this edge if it will cut. There's a thick seam right here. Okay, I did something, but now it's Okay, I don't even know what I just did, but hopefully it works out. I'm gonna try it on, and I'm gonna pin this for now. But what I did last time was I cut right here where this was all together, but I cut it so that I can like fold that under here and then fold this on top. That way it's not super bulky right there, and it's my armpit, so no one's gonna notice. Now let's do the other side. So we're seam ribbon. Wow, I'm actually able to do this properly this time instead of just cutting everything. Ooh, my mirror is dirty, but I think this is a lot better. All I have to do is fix the armpit side and just sew that down a little bit. And I think this is way better than it was. I need to clean my mirror ASAP because I did not realize how dirty it was. The seams aren't the cleanest, but I think it's okay. No one's gonna be looking that close. I am once again impressed with myself. Let me find the finished side. You can't even tell. You cannot, what? Okay, for reference, this is before. Folded it like this, and I first sewed this flap onto this seam, and then I folded the second one over, and I don't really even know how I did it, but I sewed this together. I'm happy. Okay, so now let's continue. Now we're gonna sew down this. I like to make myself believe. I have been scared a couple of times that I accidentally cut my hair, but I did not, so it's okay. The thing that has made the seam not be super straight is the multiple takes I've taken when I've undone something and then gone back over it. Like this little pleat right here that now I really want to fix, which I think I can because it's not a huge portion. So I think this might actually be the last thing I have to do. I think I just did it again. Definitely just did it again, but it's okay. It's better progress. Okay, let's see how this armpit piece looks. Oh no, what did I do? This is not good. What is this? Like, what? That hole is not supposed to be there. I'll be back. Once I find a sewing needle, then I will hand sew this because I think I don't have enough space. I don't want to seam rip the lining anymore, so we're just going to sew this by hand. Let's use my scraps of thread. I feel like this is not enough though. I actually have no idea how much I'm gonna need for this. Let's see if I can do this one by hand. Ooh, first try, nice. Here we go. The key is to go through both layers, but just the top. Well, technically it's the bottom layer, but whatever. Oh, I'm not a seamstress, obviously. I'm just doing like a basic stitch. I don't know what it is called, but it's really tricky to only go through one layer. Okay. Now, this isn't gonna be the best quality, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, thank you for cooperating. Just as long as you don't look on the inside, right? Okay, now I'm gonna go back up, I think. Oh my goodness, I'm just doing random things now because I don't want this to fray, so I don't think this is actually working. Not as seamless as this side. I had trouble finding it because of how seamless it is. It's not literally seamless because there's actually whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But I think it'll be fine. As long as you can't see it when I'm wearing it. As long as it stays together, which is kind of questionable also. I might need to sew a little more. So much sewing. I've not seen Beauty and the Beast in so long. I don't know why that song's stuck in my head. And I broke a needle, but luckily it was on the last stitch. Yay, I guess. Now this is gonna stay in place, hopefully. Yay! I'm not gonna try it on again because you basically already got the idea, I think. But I'm gonna say this is done and I am happy about it. Yay. All of my projects are done. That makes me so happy. That's it. Thank you for watching this random chaotic video of me doing all my projects in 2 days, which they haven't taken as long as I thought. I thought each one was gonna take multiple hours to do. Yeah, thanks for watching. Stay creative. Subscribe and like if you want.